Well, hello again, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me to Can We Talk About It, where we do talk about that elephant in the room. So, before we begin, I want to let you guys know that I enjoy sharing the things that I talk about with you guys, that I'm an ordinary person just like everybody else. We all have our ups and downs. This is a new year, and I'm just thankful to be here. If you want to make donations to my show, you can go to my GoFundMe at Keep Can We Talk About It Alive. Um, Actually, there are some things before I get into my subject matter. There are some things that I wanted to bring up. The last time I was on the show, I was asking folks to, please try to save your money and try to, like I guess like pinch pennies because we cannot trust the government, and there's a lot of people out here. Some people need these EBT food stamp cards and some of this money that they give them. Some of you guys don't need it. You just think it's free money, and you make it hard for the people that really do need it. So you guys know that a few days ago they were saying that they had cut the EBT cards off, and there was a couple of people that I knew that was just panicking. So, like I said before I start my subject matter, I just have to say this. Please, please, people, start putting some of your money to the side so when things like this happen, you won't be caught unawares without any money, because I know they had this on the news about one young lady said that she had spent all her money during Christmas time and she didn't have any money, and it's just a shame that we have to go through this. So, with that being said, I want to get to the subject matter. And before I forget, I want to say hi to my husband, Charles, who is the light of my life. He's the king in my heart. Without him, these things that I do would not be possible. He's my backbone, and I love you so much, honey. Thank you so much for being there for me, because I can be such a brat sometimes. So I'm glad that I have a husband who understands me. So thank you for being there for me, Charles. Okay, so today the subject matter is actually all about resolutions, and I want to talk about how we tend to make these resolutions and break them. So, in my eyes, if you don't make a resolution, you won't have nothing to break. A lot of people break resolutions when they go around telling everybody, well, this year I'm going to do this year I'm going to do that. If you do decide that you're going to make a resolution, don't tell nobody. Just do it. Just do it. A lot of us make resolutions, somebody make us angry, and then we blame it on the other person and say, that's why I broke my resolution. No, you broke your resolution because you didn't want to do it to begin with. We need to start being a lot more strong-minded than we are. I've told you before in time past that it takes it takes more energy to have a day where you're not doing anything than it does to get up and do something. So this year, don't be selfish. Don't make it all about you. As I was telling you on my last show, when Christmas come around, which you guys know that I'm not a Jehovah Witness, but I do not celebrate the holidays for the simple fact, like I said before, it's as though the government, these holidays are made to tell you how to feel, when to give your mother and father gifts, when to be loving, when to be patriotic. We all need to start getting on one page, and that's not the government's page. So I'm letting you people know that the resolutions that you make could make or break you, and if you do not start, even if and I really hate to say it like this, but this is really the only way that I can say it. You can lie to everybody all you want to, but stop lying to yourself. If you're gonna make resolutions that matter. I mean, that's really gonna make a change in your life. To my addict friends, there's a lot of addicts out here, and I love uh, all of my people, black, white, red, brown, purple. It doesn't matter. I love you all, but I feel like my show is designed to let people know that If you're doing wrong, then I'm going to tell you. It takes a loving person to let somebody know that you're doing wrong. There's a lot of you people that's around, uh, you're around people that you know are doing wrong, and everybody knows this person is doing wrong, and everybody is scared to tell this person that they're doing wrong. Somebody has to be the voice of reason in your clique. Somebody has to stand up and say, look, even if you walk away from me, whatever, we need to start getting back to being more open and more honest with each other, because that's what makes a nation a great nation, unlike the nation that we're living in now. Now, your nation can be your block. It could be the circle of people that you run with. It can be any of those things. So I just want folks to know that this year, I mean, it's like I feel it in my bones. It's something. Now, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know something is going to happen this year, and it's going to get the attention of the world. And I'm not no mind reader. I'm not claiming to be no prophet, but I just can feel that something is going to happen, and it's going to change our nation for the better. And we need to start being aware of everything that goes on around us, because some people not even aware of the things that go on in their own houses. So on that note, I want to let people know about their own houses. Start learning what's going on in your children's room. Quit letting your children tell you, this is my room, I don't want you in it. I wish there's nowhere in the world my children would have told me, this is my room, there's something in, don't come in here. There's no way I would have told my own mother that, this is my room, don't come in it. A lot of you parents are so cheesy, so chicken, so wanting to not make your children mad or not hurt your children. I don't want to hurt my children. You better hurt their feelings before somebody else do. Okay? Quit letting your children run through your house like they own it. I'm talking about children that's 10, 11, 12 years old and up. I've talked about this before. I seen a young woman in the store Saturday, and she had her 13-year-old daughter with her, and she was saying something that she wanted. I really wasn't paying no attention until I zoomed into the attitude of this little 13-year-old girl, the 12, 13-year-old girl. And she broke out and said something to the fact of where you better do it or you gonna need something from me. Newsflash, and I'm talking to the parents, they are not your friends and they are not on your level. And if they don't like how you run your house, then they can go somewhere else and make their own home. Please, parents, please. Our children are getting hurt, and I don't mean hurt feelings. I mean they are physically being hurt because of the way we let them get away with things. Then they go out into the world thinking somebody else is going to deal with their bull, and they're not, and they end up either getting shot, like the young man who, they had something on the news about a young man who stole some other young man's oxycodone, or I don't know what it was that they took from, but it was some form of pill, some type of pills or something. And the young man went to where the little boy lived to try to get his pills, and he ended up killing his father. That in itself should be a lesson to all parents. You jump and take up for your kids like they can do no wrong, and then you're in the grave, and where are they? When your child do something wrong, do not support them, reward them for the bad deeds that they do. Like I said, today is a new day. It's a new year. A lot of us need to come out of this stale mentality that they're in. A lot of us need to actually turn towards the Lord, because a lot of you people say, well, a lot of us, I'm going to put myself in it, a lot of us say that we love God, but we don't have no type of faith. When times get hard, when times get tough, we don't look to him for anything. But when you hit a lottery, oh, thank you, the Lord. The Lord didn't bless me. The Lord didn't bless you. You played the lottery and you just won it. I really, really wish that people would stop when worldly things happen. Like just say, and this is the worst of the worst. Some old person may have dropped their social security money and it's in some little bag or something. And you and your honorary self will pick up the bag and say, oh, I'm blessed. Oh, no, you're cursed. Trust me, what you stole from somebody else, the Lord is going to make sure that you pay that back and sometimes double. So we need to start being more mindful of what a blessing is. Just because you stole something from somebody and got away don't make it a blessing. Just because you seen somebody drop some money and you stole it from them and did not give it back to them does not make it a blessing. We got the way that we serve God all twisted. The way that we raise our children all twisted. Our mindset is so twisted from all the ratchet TV that we watch. Mothers, fathers, Saturdays, or sometimes even, well, Saturdays and Sundays. Just turn the TV off, turn the boob tube off, and take time out with your children. Quit sitting up in your room while all your kids is downstairs or out in the front room running amok, and you on the phone talking about what you did Saturday night or how you meant Joe Blow, and your kids have no guidance because you are letting the boob tube babysit them. It's a new day. It's a new year, people. We must be better than this. I know generations of people that's been living the same way for 25 years or better. If you really want to make a change in your life and you want good things to happen for you and you want the Father of Lights to help you, and you know who I'm talking to, you're going to have to be better than what you are. There's a lot of professional thieves, if you will. They feel like that's a gift, that the Lord gave them that gift. No. Duh. What are you talking about? It don't take me no time to get into this. I can get into that. Guess what? If you don't stop it, you're going to hell. That's the only way I can say that. If some of you people don't get off this street type mentality and start acting more like Christians, because I'm not just talking about, I'm not talking about folks that don't know the Lord. I'm talking about folks that know the Lord. Stop saying God gave me the gift of gab and all you doing is gossiping. You're not. That's not a gift. You're just a gossiper. And the Lord says that liars, fornicators, people that cause confusion among the brethren, all these people are going to be thrown into the lake of fire. I'm not one to preach a fire and brimstone message, and I'm not trying to. I'm just trying before we get too deep into the year to let folks know you need to make a change. We all have something about us that we can change for the better, even me. And I'm about to tell you what I need to make a change on. Now, I'm going to say it like this. How can I say this? The excuse that I make for this flaw is, well, that's just the way I am. Or you did this or you did that. Just like what I was telling you that you need to make a change on. I have zero tolerance for ignorance and stupidity. But what I don't realize is some people may not have gotten to the point to where I am, so I need to be more patient with people that's not at that level yet. And that's one of my biggest flaws, to sit up and get real agitated when somebody is just running off at the mouth, just got this diarrhea mouth, and they're not saying anything, and they're making up stories about this, that, and the other. And another thing I don't like is name droppers. I know so and so. I know so. I don't care who you know. But that's a problem of mine. So I'm letting you know that even me, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be more patient in my life with people that come and talk to me. There's people that come talk to me sometimes, and they'll ask me the same question like 4 or 5 times. And I need to learn how to be not a little more patient with the people that approach me, and I need to be more lenient, and I need to understand that everybody is on different levels. So that's one of the things that I need to do. So with that being said, I actually wanted to talk to you guys. I had talked I believe in December. I talked to you guys about last month. They had a little young Caucasian boy. It's been all over Facebook, social media, and stuff like that. And he was saying how kids had jumped on him. People were beating him up, and doing things to him, and they were bullying him. Even though he was a bully, his mother teaches him how to be a bully. His father is a white supremacist, and actually he was calling young African Americans the N word. And I guess they ganged up on him. Once again, I love my white, black, brown, red, yellow, purple. It doesn't matter. But when you come across these type of people and they get on the air looking for sympathy, don't feed into that. Whether the comment is negative or positive, don't put no likes on it. A lot of stuff I go on social media and see people like a lot of raunchy stuff, and that's why your mind is out of whack. Cause you sit on Facebook all day looking at all this raunchiness, and that spirit of that raunchiness get into you. Then you walk outside looking ratchet and acting raunchy. Stop doing that. There's people who make Facebook their life. They put their business on Facebook. They talk about how their husbands then did this, how their children is doing that. Oh, I got to go to the hospital about that. Stop doing that. And I'm going to tell you what's going on with that and why I said stop doing that. Don't you know the FBI used Facebook to make a profile on all of us? They take this Facebook and they check out your profiles and they profile you through these media sites. And you're so stupid, you allow whatever feelings that's in you to spill right over into Facebook where the whole world can see what you're going through. Some things need to be unsaid on Facebook. I'm tired. I seen, this is terrible. This is the worst of the worst. I seen a woman on Facebook. She had thong underwear on. She had to be at least 260 pounds. She looked a hot mess. And she said that she was a Christian and to look her up on Christian Mingle. Some of you Christians don't have the mind of a gnat. You sitting up on these ratchet media sites every 5-10 minutes. Oh, this is what I'm doing. Now this is what I'm doing. I just left the store and such a thing happened. What is wrong with you folks? You are giving the government more ammunition to find out who you are, what you're all about, what you like, what you don't like, your weaknesses, your strengths. But in your mind, it's just the media. It's like, why do you think they make these things? Instagram, even Christian Mingle, all these social media sites, they profile all of these media sites. And then a lot of you people take pictures of your children. They're half naked. You got them posing like grown women. So if FBI is on there, guess who else is on there? A bunch of pedophiles. This year, we got to do better. Then something happened to your child. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I don't know why. You've been taking pictures of your child in the bath naked. You've been taking pictures of your child running around naked, thinking that it's cute. There's nothing cute about it. Well, she's just a baby and she's innocent. She's innocent, but you, guess what? You're taking their innocence away from them when you exploit them all over these media sites. It's a new day, people. It's a new year. We all need to get it together. Quit telling people, oh, my husband ain't this, my husband ain't that, my wife ain't this, my wife did that. Then y'all make up, and that stuff that's on the media been spread around more times than you can imagine. You can't even take it off now because somebody else done got hold of it. Half of us live on Facebook and these media sites. We don't have a life. We do not have a life because everybody know what's going on in our lives. Everybody feel like, okay, well, these are just my people. A couple of friends, they just sit up and say, well, I feel so bad that she's going through that. I feel so, look, if you want, we've lost the art of conversation. We really have, through texting, through text messaging, through all, like I said, these media sites. You let your children run amok on it. Half of the stuff that you see them do, they see it not only through TV, but through social media, through a lot of these ratchet videos. There's people, this is what I don't understand, there's people on the media sites that see children fighting. And then it could be their peers sometimes too. And they will post these things. There is nothing good about you telling folks, look at this fight. Look at this man jumping on this woman. Look at this, look at that. Look at your life and find out what direction you are going in. Because if you don't, it's going to be a sad day for all of us. We need to learn how to back away from all. You know what? We watch so much sin to where when we do sin, we don't think there's nothing wrong with it. All of this stuff that we see on social media is desensitizing us. It's making us They had ISIS on there. They're actually showing these clips and on YouTube, all these medias, of ISIS cutting off folks' heads. Now, if you don't, I feel like that was traumatic for me to hear. I mean, for me to see. So if your child get a hold of that, do you know how much that would traumatize them? But you so went to looking in the mirror, making sure I look good. Gone, girl, gone. Don't you see I'm looking at myself? Oh, I'm so pretty. Meanwhile, your children are running amok. Then they end up in the mirror. Oh, look at me, look at me. Where did you get that from? I got it from watching you, okay? We have to be better parents. There's a lot of young children having babies. And I'm going to say it like this. Some of you grandparents, be grandparents. Stop feeling like, because, oh, I look good, I'm about to go to the club. You know what, that help me, Lord. If you older folks don't get your life in order, you better. Every time I turn around, it's some 60, 70, 50 through 65-year-old woman talking about I look good. I'm about to go to the club. I'm about to snatch me a young thing. That's why they call you women a bunch of cougars. And you guys are okay with that. I'm not okay with that. And for the record, I'm not a cougar and don't call me one. I'm a Christian woman with Christian values trying to be better today than I was yesterday. And that's the way a lot of us should feel. So, this, like I said, it's a new day. We need to start getting our lives in order. We need to start making sincere prayers to our Father to help us. We need to start making sincere resolutions for our lives. We need to start making some serious changes when it comes to the things that we do and the way we say things around our young folks. And then you turn around and be like, these kids today done lost their mind. They learned it from somewhere. Social media, the adults they're around, and their peers. If you had time enough to lay down and make a child, make time enough to make sure that child grows up in a safe, mature, orderly environment. Teach your children how to be respectful. Because there's a lot of disrespectful young chicks and young men, but I'm talking about these young girls. I mean, they so Jezebelish. You can't tell them, baby, you need to put something else on because I can see all you. So what? Don't talk to me. You ain't my mama. Somebody else need to be your mama because your mama ain't doing her job. So on that note, I just want to let you guys know that I love you guys so much. If it wasn't for the feelings that I have for my audience, and thank you for the support that you've given me these last couple of years, I really do appreciate that. But we need to start internalizing and examining ourselves to make not only our home, but our block, our community, a better place, not only for us, but for our children. We need to go back to knocking, like I said last month, knocking the piss out of our teenage children and some of these young adults that's 21, 22. They leave home, get their own place. Now they still wet behind the ears. They learning like we all had to learn through those formative years. They got a place, but you still will let them come in your house and disrespect you and talk to you crazy. Why? Some of you people, and I'm not knocking what you're doing, and I pray that the Lord help you. Some of you people are doing drugs, and when your kids come in at that time, you can't even tell them to stop acting that way because Scotty done beamed you up so bad you can't even talk. So on that note, people, I love you so much. And until the very next time we see and talk to each other, please, people, please, be strong.